this session, and here I just want to tell you I have a beautiful lecture for you, and in that lecture you will come to know a very prominent writer as well as you can say reformer activist of India, and that person is in our syllabus, and you will come to know that he the very first unit of our syllabus in which I have discussed with you Rabindranath Tagore, Sri Aurobindo Ghosh, Sarojini Naidu, R.K. Narayan, Mulk Raj Anand. Now it's the number of K S Venkatraman. So today, I have for you K S Venkatraman, his life, his works. I will share with you material, and I will also send you the link and the matter of content which I have taken. I have taken it from Wikipedia because you don't need to go in a very detailed way about his work. आपको उनके वर्क को बहुत डिटेल में नहीं जाना है, but you have only to go about his life, death, family members, and his works at a glance, his works at a glance, and what was his contribution in the field of English literature, and what India he has presented in his work. So these things you have to keep in your mind, yeah, these things you have to present. Just sharing with you the image of that man. Here you find, I think it's visible.
Yes, sir. Agi.
Yeah, it's visible.
Yes, sir.
So you find that this is the image of
Yeah.
that man, that is path maker, luminaries, you can say torch bearer, activist, reformer. He was an advocate as well as you can say literary figure, K S Venkatraman. So you will come to know about this person and what was his contribution, what did he write, and in what way he has presented India in his works. You will come to know about this person. So today we have के एस वेंकट रामन. आज हमारे लिए या हमारे पास जो क्या है that is के एस वेंकट रामन, and you find के एस वेंकट रामन and especially his contribution, his works, and here you have to go. Now I here want to tell you one significant point that is highly important, and what is that? Just sharing with you, that is a yeah, you now just saw the picture of this man, just closing it and sharing the content I'm sharing with you. Yeah, so you find this image, and in this image you will come to know about his life and his works. Especially, you find that who is here? Here is K.S. Venkata Ramani, K.S. Venkat Ramani. So you find this man. And here you see K.S. Venkat Ramani, you find that he was born in 1891. Here I am presenting, he was born in 1891 and died in 1952. Died in 1952. So a South Indian, he belongs to South India. Especially, you came to know most of the writers whom you studied, they all belong to South India, either Calcutta or South India. They belong, most of the writers. So here I just want to tell you one significant point. Here I just want to tell you one important point. That is what, when you go with this man, he was born in 1891, died in 1952, was an Indian and acclaimed writer in English, and was an Indian liar and acclaimed writer in English. तो उनका जो पहचान है दो चीजों से है. That is what, that is a Indian writer भी थे and lawyer भी थे. All these things you find. He wrote mainly on South India rural life. ये चीज क्वेश्चन बन सकता है. He wrote mainly on South Indian rural life. I just want to know about whom did he write? He wrote about South Indian rural life. जो जो साउथ इंडिया था, जो साउथ इंडिया है, उसका जो ग्रामीण जीवन है, जो ग्रामीण परिवेश है, उसको लेकर के उन्होंने लिखा है। एंड द इंडियन इंडिपेंडेंस मूवमेंट, एंड ही आल्सो कंट्रीब्यूटेड इंडियन इंडिपेंडेंस मूवमेंट। सो this is the name, it's a big name you find, South India rural life and the Indian independence movement. His works, Murugan the Tiller and Kandan the Patriot. His works, Murugan the Tiller, remember 1927, his works, Murugan the Tiller and Kandan the Patriot 1932 had received considerable appreciation, and Venkatramani was the subject of a biography by N.S. Ramaswamy. So you find what? You find South India rural life. He wrote mainly on South India rural life and his contribution, and the Indian independence movement पर भी उन्होंने लिखा हुआ था। उनका जो वर्क है, मुरुगन द टीला that came in 1927, and Kannad the Patriot 1932 had received considerable appreciation, and Venkatramani was the subject of a biography by N.S. Ramaswamy. N.S. Ramaswamy wrote a biography on this man. So you find what? You find a very significant figure today, and today you go with this man, and what is the name of that man? That the name of that man is Venkatramani. So you find K.S. Venkatramani, K.S. Venkatramani and his work, and you find Venkatramani was met by Paul Brunton during his travels in India, and this incident finds mention in his book A Search in Secret India. A Search in Secret India. This is a book in which, in that book, it has been mentioned that कि Venkatramani met पॉल ब्रूमटॉन। वेंकट का मुलाकात किससे हुआ था? पॉल ब्रूमटॉन से हुआ था। सो यू फाइंड दैट व्हाट you find, yeah, you come to know what you come to know a prominent figure. And who is that figure? That figure is Venkatramani. Venkatramani was born in 1891, died in 1952. He was an Indian lawyer and acclaimed writer in English. He wrote mainly on South Indian rural life and the Indian independence movement. His works, Murugan the Tila and Kannad the Patriot 1932, had received considerable appreciation, and Venkat Ramani was the subject of a biography by N.S. Ramaswamy. Venkat Ramani was met by Paul Brunton during his travels in India, and this incident finds mention in his book A Search in Secret India. I just want to know one significant point. Ki today I have for you what? Today I have for you Venkat Ramani. I just want to know Venkat Ramani belongs to which part of India? Northern India or South India?
South
South
India.
India.
Yeah,
South India.
South India.
South
Yeah,
India.
yeah, that's good. Second question is Venkat Ramani was born which year?
1891. 1891.
1891. Venkat Ramani was born in 1891. Now the next question, when did he die?
He died 1952.
1952.
Yeah, he died in 1952. Next point I want to know, he was what? He was an Indian, what? He was an Indian lawyer, and
And
he wrote about whom? He wrote about whom?
About South Indian rural life.
South India.
About South India rural life. That's good. That's good. You all are very active. You all are very active and preparing very well. That he wrote mainly on South India rural life and also the Indian independence movement.
Movement.
So you find he wrote mainly on South India rural life and the Indian independence movement. Can you tell me his works Murugan the Tiller published which year? Murugan the Tiller.
1927.
Murugan the Tiller published in 1927. That's good. And second work, Kannada, the Patriot published which year?
1932.
1932.
30.
So you find, yeah, so you find these two important works of this man, and the first work is Murugan Dattila. Murugan Dattila published in 1927, and Kannad the Patriot published in 1932. Kannad the Patriot published in 1932. And this received considerable appreciation. Can you tell me who wrote a biography on Venkatramani?
N.S. Ramaswamy.
N.S. Ramaswamy. Yeah, good. N.S. Ramaswamy wrote. N.S. Ramaswamy wrote biography on Venkatramani. Here, just I want to know that there is a book, and the name of the book is A Search in Secret India. In that book, it is mentioned that Venkatramani met a Britisher. What was the name of that Britisher?
Paul Brunton. Paul
Paul Brunton. Paul Brunton. So these things you have to keep in your mind. And what the thing again, I would like to repeat. He was born in 1891 and died in 1952. He was a South Indian writer, an eminent liar, and a well-known English writer. And he wrote on South Indian rural life, Indian independence movement. His works Murugan the Tila 1927 and Kannad the Patriot 1932 had received considerable appreciation, and Venkatamani was the subject of a biography. All these things you find. Now you find early life. Venkat Ramani was born in 1891 in Kaveri Pattinam. He was born in 1891. Already we have discussed. And what was the name of the place? Kaveri Pattinam in Tanjore district. What was the name of the district? Tanjore district. What was the name of the, yeah, Kaveri
Your
Pattinam.
district.
His father, Siddhantha Iyer was his father. His father, Siddhantha Iyer, was a well-to-do landlord in Tanjore district, and his ancestors had served as ministers in the court of Tanjore Maratha king. So you find his father, Siddhantha Iyer, was a well-to-do landlord in Tanjore district, and his ancestors had served as ministers in the court of Tanjore Maratha. Tanjore Maratha. So you
Tanjore
find,
Maratha.
yeah, you find information related to his family members. And what do you know? You come to know that his father was born in 1891. उनके जो father थे, उनका जन्म, sorry, he was born in 1891 in Kaveri Pattinam in Tanjore district. And what was his father? His father was a landlord, and the name of his father was Siddhantha Iyer. Yeah, now you find his father, yeah, his ancestors served as ministers in the court of Tanjore Maratha king. Tanjore Maratha kings के दरबार में उनकी फादर या उनके ancestors पूर्वज, ancestor means पूर्वज, forefather, they worked there. Venkat Ramani had his schooling at the National High School, Mayavaram, and graduated from the Madras Christian College. Graduation उनका कहाँ से हुआ था? Madras Christian College. He studied law at Presidency College Madras. उनका अपना जो law का डिग्री मिला था Presidency College Madras, and settled down in the suburb of Mylapore, where he built a profession as a lawyer. So you find these things. What do you find? You find that this man just got the degree of graduation. Yeah, he graduated from Madras Christian College and studied law at Presidency College Madras and settled down in the suburb of Mylapore, where he built a profession as a lawyer. In his early career, Venkatramani apprenticed under the legal giant Sir C. P. Ramaswamy Iyer. सर सीपी रामास्वामी अय्यर के लीडरशिप में उन्होंने अपना उन्होंने अपना अप्रेंटिस का काम मतलब उनके अंडर में शुरू में उन्होंने ट्रेनिंग किया था। Throughout his life, Venkatramani campaigned for rural upliftment and wrote many monologues. उनका जो काम था वो क्या था? रूरल अपलिफ्टमेंट था। जो गांव के लोग थे उनकी जिंदगी को सुधारना और उनकी जिंदगी को लेकर के उन्होंने बहुत लिखा। तो ग्रामीण जीवन पर जो साउथ इंडियन के जो पीपल हु आर लिविंग इन रूरल एरिया अबाउट देम ही रोट, उनके बारे में उन्होंने लिखा। Again, I want to know what I just want to know that Venkatramani was born in 1891. What was the name of the place? किस जगह पैदा हुए?
Kaveri Patnam in Tanjore district.
Yes, Kaveri Patnam, Tanjore district. What was the name of his father?
His father name Siddharth.
Siddhanta Iyer.
His father Siddhanta Iyer. And just I want to know that his ancestors had served as ministers in the court of which king?
Tanjore Maratha
king. And he did high school from which school?
Madras Christian College.
National High School,
Mayavaram.
And graduation?
Madras Christian College.
Madras Christian College. And he got the degree of law?
Presidency College.
Presidency College, Madras.
Madras.
And settled down in the suburb of Mailapur. और कहाँ पे settled down? Mailapur, where he built a profession as a lawyer. In his early career, Venkatramani apprenticed under the legal giant सर सीपी रामास्वामी अय्यर। उन्होंने अपना अप्रेंटिस किसके लीडरशिप में या किसके उसमें पूरा किया? अंडर द लीगल जाइंट सीपी रामास्वामी अय्यर। And his father was the Siddhanta Iyer. So these things he wrote about whom? He wrote about
South Indian rural life.
Yes, rural life, or the you can say that to uplift the rural life. To uplift the villagers living in rural area. He wrote about the villagers. He wrote about the people who were living in rural India. उनको लेकर के उन्होंने लिखा था. Now just sharing you another image. In that image you will come to know about his work. So I shared you two images. In the first image I just gave you the photo of that man. And in the second image, you came to know about his biographical study, means when was he born, when did he die, where did he graduate, when did he pass high school, and degree of law, all these things, under whom did he apprentice, all these things you came to know. And you came to know that he wrote about the rural upliftment or the people of the village area, or the people who are living in village area. Now sharing another image. In that image you will come to know about his works. आप उनके works के बारे में जानेंगे. And you will see that this is the third point. Here you find, and what do you find? You find कि Venkatramani, especially early period he gave an eloquent speech protesting the fact of partition of Bengal. I just want to tell you here what is important. Here the important thing is his works, but here I just want to tell you some other points. You have to go with this. He also contributed in Indian national movement, and he has a good understanding with Rabindranath Tagore. And here you find when partition of Bengal 1905 में हुआ था, बंगाल का बंटवारा, the partition of Bengal, he gave a eloquent speech protesting the partition of Bengal. तो जो partition of Bengal था जो अंग्रेजों ने किया था उसका उन्होंने उसके अगेंस्ट में हो जाते हैं. So you find this thing. He gave an eloquent speech protesting the partition of Bengal, and the same was published in the magazine, The Indian Patriot. ये चीज बहुत important है. He gave an eloquent speech. He gave an eloquent speech दिया था. And what was that speech? He gave an eloquent speech protesting the partition of Bengal का protest करते हुए, and the same was published in the magazine The Indian Patriot, और same जो है magazine में publish हुआ था. And what was the name of the magazine? The Indian Patriot. During his stint at the Madras Christian College, Venkatramani published a series of sketches on village life, which were later published in the form of an anthology, Jatadharan and Other Stories. Jatadharan and Other Stories, उन्होंने एक स्केचिंग तैयार किया था जो कि बाद में पब्लिश हुआ था, जटाधरन एंड अदर स्टोरीज. वेंकट रमानी मेट रविंद्रनाथ टैगोर. वेंकट रमानी की मुलाकात रविंद्रनाथ टैगोर से हुई थी इन 1928. वेंकट रमानी met Rabindranath Tagore in 1928. Tagore inspired Venkatramani to start a magazine in Tamil, and Venkatramani began a Tamil weekly titled Tamil Ulagu. This is another significant point. एक क्वेश्चन आ सकता है. Venkatramani met Rabindranath Tagore which year? In 1922. And Tagore inspired him to start a magazine. Tagore ने उनको इंस्पायर किया एक मैगजीन स्टार्ट करने के लिए. And what was the name of the magazine? The name of the magazine was Tamil Ulagu. What was the name of the magazine? Tamil Ulagu. Yeah. Venkatramani's first book was पेपर बोट्स. उनका जो पहला बुक था उसका नाम था पेपर बोट्स. ये भी क्वेश्चन आ सकता है. एंड इट केम इन 1921. हिज फर्स्ट नॉवेल वाज मुरुगन द टिलर. उनका पहला नॉवेल जो था मुरुगन द टिलर, दैट केम इन 1927. हिज वर्क कन्नड़ द पैट्राइट. उनका जो वर्क था कन्नड़ द पैट्राइट वाज सीरियलाइज्ड इन स्वराज मैगजीन. कन्नड़ द पैट्राइट उनका वर्क ये भी जो है 1931 में सीरियल के साथ थोड़ा थोड़ा करके आया. And published as a book in 1932. Venkatramani glorified the eddy-eyed Kaveri. So you find these things, and some of the famous works, उनका कुछ famous works है. Paper Boats 1921, On the Side, Dunes 1923, Murugan the Tiller 1927, Renaissance India 1929, Kannada the Patriot 1932, Jatadharan and Other Stories 1937. So here I just want to tell you कि पार्टीशन ऑफ बंगाल कब हुआ है? 1905. ये आप नोट कर लीजिएगा, पार्टीशन ऑफ बंगाल. एंड पार्टीशन ऑफ बंगाल was protested by delivering a speech. By whom? It was just protested by delivering a speech by Venkatramani. I just want to know that speech published in which magazine?
The Indian Patriot.
The Indian Patriot. Yeah. And second thing I want to know that he just published a series of sketches on village life, which were later published in the form of an anthology, means as a story. What was the name of that book? Jatadharan and Other Stories. Yeah. Venkatramani met Rabindranath Tagore which year? 1928. Venkatramani met Rabindranath Tagore in 1928. Tagore inspired Venkatramani to start a magazine in Tamil, and Venkatramani began a Tamil weekly. What was the name of that magazine? Tamil Ulagu. Yeah, the name of that magazine was Tamil Ulagu. Venkatramani's first book was
Paper boats.
Paper boat
Yeah,
in
it came in
1921.
1921. His first novel was,
Murugan the Thriller.
And the tiller.
it published,
1927.
1927.
yeah, his work Kannad the Patriot was serialized in which magazine?
Swaraj
Swaraj
magazine.
magazine.
Swaraj magazine.
1931.
Yeah, Swaraj magazine in 1930 and published as a book in
1932.
1932.
32. And you find these are the important works: Paper Boats 1921, On the Sand Dunes 1923, Murugan the Tiller 1927, Renaissance India 1929, Kannad the Patat 1932, Jatar Dharan and Stories 1937.
Seven.
So yeah, so you came to know about this man and you came to know about his works, you came to know about his contribution, you came to know what he did, you came to know so many things about this man. I don't think anything here remains. In this way, you are in position to understand all the works of this. Now sharing the last image, and I hope that you are enjoying. You came to know about the work of this man. I am sharing the last image, and that is a very significant. And here you find, and what is this is in this image you will come to know, especially his last days of his life. You find here उनका जो डेथ हुआ था, little is known of वेंकट रमानी's personal life or whether he married. वेंकट रमानी contacted tuberculosis in Alwar state. उनकी मौत किससे हुई थी? Tuberculosis से हुई थी. Tuberculosis in Alwar state while working as a rural development advisor to the princely state and was subsequently in poor health throughout the remainder of his life. Venkatramani succumbed to the disease in March 1952. उनकी मौत 1952 में at the age of 62. When I read about Kanchi Pera, Periyawa, I came to understand Mr. Venkatramani got married and had a mentally unwell male child. He married, but later on he came to know about this event. He was married. So you find he was suffering what? He was suffering from tuberculosis in Alwar state and he died in 1952 at the age of 60. Well, so these things you find. Nothing remains here. I think now you got it. You have enjoyed this session. Just closing it. Nothing important here.
Yes.
And this is my suggestion to all of you. Ki, what you